at this moment of thoughts,
At this moment,
see yourself complete. Avoid any moments of thoughts, avoid any moments, restlessness at this point of time. Just center your
bring your awareness. Feel the feet connecting to the earth. Bring your awareness of your feet. Feel the feet connecting to the earth. Slowly move your awareness to your ankles, to your calves, to your thighs. With each body part, you touch with awareness. Feel it. Soften and release. Bring your awareness to your hips, to your lower belly. Happening in your belly. Do not control, just watch. Bring your awareness to your chest, to your shoulders. Just let them drop. To your arms, to your hands, to your fingers. Feel the tingling of consciousness in every fingertip. The neck, the jaw. Soften the space behind your eyes. The whole body is now held in awareness. You are the one who is aware of the body. This is the first glimpse. You are the witness.
now. Shift your awareness to the inner stream. Thoughts will arise. Let them. Do not follow them. Do not judge them. See each thought as a cloud, vast sky of your awareness. A memory, a plan, a sensation. All appearing and all us. Thoughts. You are the space in which thoughts arises and dissipates. Just keep each and every thought arising in your at this moment. Every day. Do not create a thought. not sustain a thought, do not destroy a thought. Just watch it. Just witness it as it comes and
the thought has no is yours. The moment you simply watch, the thought is keep watching. If you get lost, the moment you realize you are lost, that very realization is the witness emerging. Just witness the thoughts happening inside you. The thought has absolutely no power over you unless you claim it is yours. The moment you simply watch, just keep watching. If you are lost, that very realization is the witness re-emerging. Now, so far, you have been a witness of the body and mind. But who's witnessing the witness? Turn the light itself. Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine. Come, let us now move from meditation slowly, very slowly. Please open your eyes.
முத்துப்பவளம் கட்டி ஆனி பொன்னாலான வண்ணத்து ஊஞ்சல் நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா உடை விளையாட்டும் சொல்லிடு ஐயா நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நாவென்றழைக்குதன் திங்கள் முகமெனமாய் இங்கு உன்னுடன் குழைந்தோம் நீ வேறு யாம் வேறு ஆயினும் இல்லை நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா உலகளந்த பாதமிதோ விந்தியாடுகின்ற நாதமிதோ ஜல் ஜல் என்றே ஆடும் சலங்கை காணும் நெஞ்சமோ பொங்கும் கங்கை நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா
With the flag that marks the official
கையா கைகட்டி நாங்களும் சேவகரானும் நீ மகிழ்ந்தாடும் காட்சியை காணுதற்கே நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா நித்யானந்தாடிடையா கண்ணனின் லீலைகள் யாரறிவார் நந்தனின் லீலைகள் யாரறிவார் ஆனந்தனே இது உன் திரு விளையாடல் பக்தருக்கும் இது ஆனந்த கூத்தாடல் நித்யானந்தமாயாடிடையா
Nityananda. Kailasa welcomes all of you to this grand celebration of the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam. The Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam is one of the most sacred festivals celebrated across Kailasa. This festival is the sacred revival of cosmic consciousness, a living reawakening of the divine source from which all ancient kingdoms, cultures, and civilizations arise. This Brahmotsavam celebrates the grandest revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma undertaken in history by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyānanda Paramāshivam. Today morning, in Kailasa's temples, the Dwaronam was performed, the ceremonial raising of the flag that marks the official beginning of the festival. During this powerful ritual, 330 million gods, all the beings from all the multiverses, and the devatas of all the 14 lokas are ritualistically invited and descend, preside, and celebrate the entire festival along with us. From this moment, the festival becomes a living, conscious space where the Guru Parampara directly involves, participates in every offering. The revival of Kailasa Paramparagata Kanchi Kailasa Sarvabhutebhyo is celebrated today. It is a kingdom dating back to the early Stone Age, which stands as one of the earliest civilizations on the earth. It is where Devi, Paramashiva Shakti, performed the intense penance, received Paramashiva's blessings of oneness and the revelation of the alchemas, and ruled as the sovereign queen, Devi Kamakshi. This ancient seat of infinite knowledge has been the birthplace and propagator of the Hindu tradition of Adi Shaivism. Throughout history, the Tonde Mandala region has endured, guided by the Guru Mahasannidhanams, the pontiffs of the Tonde Mandala Adinam, who safeguarded the spiritual heritage and the legacy of Paramashiva for the millennia. All regions of the Chola Empire, one of the longest ruling dynasties in world history, and Pallava dynasty were coronated and initiated by the Guru Mahasannidhanams by the sovereign ecclesiastical entity of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvabhutebhyo, Tonde Mandala Adinam. Chola dynasty established their empire across Southeast Asia, from Kanchi to Kedah, developing diplomatic and trade relations throughout the region. At the age of 10, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was recognized as the divine incarnation and was initiated, proclaimed, and coronated as the future Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvabhutebhyo. Seeing His Excellence and Grace, the 230th Pontiff, Kailaya Panidar Seelatiru Jnana Prakasha Swamigal Durai Jnana Sambandha Mudriyar, declared that when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reaches the age of maturity, he will take over the full administration of the Tonde Mandala Adinam. In the year 2000, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism assumed the responsibility as the 233rd Pontiff of the Tonde Mandala Adinam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's assumption of the Tonde Mandala throne marked a crucial turning point in the region's history. This event symbolized the revival of Kailasa through the re-establishment of spiritual power manifestors within the kingdom. It also marked the resurgence of the ancient lifestyle practiced by the Tonde Mandala Adisheva Velalar indigenous community. Despite facing persistent persecution through physical attacks and blatant lawfare, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism remains the sole hope for the survival of Kanchi Kailasa Sarvabhutebhyo. State elements have gained significant power over these ancient heritages by interfering with the role of succession. However, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has transcended the limitations imposed by offensive forces and expanded the Adishaiva lifestyle of Tonde Mandalam to the entire world. This expansion has effectively made the tradition deathless, ensuring that the authentic lifestyle born in Kanchipuram by Paramashiva will never be diluted or destroyed. As we embark on this 21-day journey through the ancient kingdoms of Kailasa, let us reflect on the profound heritage of the Kailasa Paramparagata Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajñapita. May the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's hard work and dedication inspire us to awaken the genetic memory of our ancient ancestors and carry forward the torch of enlightenment for generations to come. In Kailasa's Utsava Mandapams around the world, the deities of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism grace in the Kamakshi Alankaram as the Divine Mother herself, embodying ultimate power, motherly grace, and divine will. The Guru Mandala of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvabhutebhyo, hailing from Paramashiva to Kamakshi and to the Guru Mahasanidhanams of Tonde Mandalam, will also be worshipped today. Let us now offer puja, where we mirror the neurological activity of the higher vertical time zones, and gain access, offer our gratitude and worship to the sacred Guru Parampara of Kanchi Kailasa Sarvabhutebhyo, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism Bhagavan Sri Nithyānanda Paramashivāṁ, and his deities in Kailasa's temples around the world. Om Sahasradala Pankaje Sakala Shita Rashmi Prabham Varabhayakarambujam Vimalagandha Pushpambaram Prasannabadanekshana Sakala Devata Rupinam Smare Shirasi Hamsakam Tadabhidana Purvam Kurum Atadhupaha Om Durasi Durvadurvantam Durvadanyosman Durvaditam Durvadanyosman Vadamati Saspidamam Vapridamam Jashtadamam Mannitamam Devautamam Abhitamati Avirdanam Devam Haswamakwaha Vidyasya Swachaktusha Prekshirma Birma Samvikta Matvaikam Visham Shri Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha Dhuvamagrapayami Atha Deepaha Om Uddipya Svajata Vedo Bhagnim Nirvidim Mama Pashopajyamakyama Bahajivanam Jadishodisha Manohikam Sirjata Vedo Ramashvam Purusham Jakate Abhibhradagnaagahi Shriyama Paripataya Shri Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha Deepam Sandarshayami Aparaivedyam Om Madhuvatartayate Madhuksharanti Sindavaha Madhvira Santosati Madhunakta Mudoshati Madhumatpati Madhumrajaha Madhuryorasunapita Madhumano Vanaspate Madhuvagam Madhusurya Madhvirgavo Bhavantunaha Madhuva
शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरिः ओम् तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द शिवार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
காட்சி பிருந்தாவனமாய் காணும் மன்வரும் கோபியராம் தேனும் இனிப்பது கம்மியையா காணும் கண்ணுக்கு சொர்க்கமையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா ஊழிக்கூத்தாடும் ஆண்டவனே ஆனந்தமாயாடும் பொன்னூஞ்சல் ஏழு பிறவிக்கும் சாபல்யமாம் காணும் பக்தருக்கும் பேரின்பமாம் நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா பிரபஞ்ச சக்தி பொன்னூஞ்சலில் பிரமிக்கும் பக்தரும் முந்தன் முன்னில் பறித்திடுகவும் ஒளிக்குள் எம்மை இன்று பிரிந்தாலும் இல்லை மறுமை நித்யானந்தமாய் ஆடிடையா நித்யானந்தா ஆடிடையா 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 ஆடிடையா
Nityanandam, as each and every one of us are enjoying the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyanaanda Paramashim, let us all take a few moments to welcome all our friends, family, and everyone around us to watch and have the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The live that is being offered now is streamed across multiple assets and platforms. Kailasa has over 11,000 plus social media and digital assets across 108 languages in over 150 regions around the world. So let us all take a few moments to head over to Kailasa's SPH Nityananda, which is the official YouTube channel of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where this live is being streamed. Each and every one of you can like, share, and subscribe subscribe. And at the same time, you also go to the chat section of the live. You can post your requests and receive the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So please take a few moments to do it. At the same time, please share the YouTube link on various other WhatsApp handles.
The next platform is Instagram, where the live is also happening on Instagram platform. So please head over to Instagram and search for Sri Nithyananda. That is the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So please open the Instagram and enter into the live video that is going on Instagram.
The next handle we are looking at is X, formerly Twitter. All of you can head over to X and once again search for Sri Nithyananda, which is the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Make sure that you are following the X handle. And here you can post your prayers, you can post your questions on the official X handle. The top pinned comment, the top pinned post is actually the live that is going on. So there you can use the hashtag #AskTheAvatar and post your prayers, post your questions, post your doubts that you have, and you can receive the direct response from Bhagavan himself.
The next platform is Facebook. You can head over to SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashvam, the Facebook page, and you can watch the live over there. You can share the live video with all your friends and family by clicking on the share button, and also like the video and post your prayer requests in the comment section of the Facebook live.
The next handle we are looking at is TikTok. Once again, you can head over to TikTok, where you can go over the official TikTok handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramamashivam. And from there, you can like the live and you can share and post your comments under the live. With this, we are now going to enter into the segment of today's satsang, where we are all, as the Rajya Sabha members and the Chit Sabha members, and as the Hindu diaspora all over the world are watching, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given us all an opportunity where we can stand for what is our rights. The question for today's topic is: war-displaced families often lose access to safe shelter, food, healthcare, education, and emotional security. Women, children, elderly people, and other vulnerable groups require immediate coordinated support to rebuild stability and dignity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivamam, has declared Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, protection to all beings. Through Kailasa's Ishanya project, available resources, infrastructure, humanitarian services can be strategically deployed to support all the displaced community members. The first question to all the Chit Sabha Parliament members is that which area should Kailasa prioritize to create the greatest long-term impact for the war-displaced families? Option number 1 is to establish safe residential habilitation spaces for vulnerable families. Option number 2 is to provide continuous food, healthcare, and essential humanitarian services. Option number 3 is to create education and skills development program for displaced children and adults. And option number 4 is offering spiritual healing, meditation, and trauma support leadership programs. All the Chit Sabha members can head over to kailasa.org/Hindu-votes and cast your vote. Next, we're going to look at the Rajya Sabha members and what you're going to be voting on.
So for the Rajya Sabha member of Parliament, the first question is: which immediate deployment strategy should the Rajya Sabha prioritize for war-displaced families? First question is: set up fully equipped humanitarian support centers near affected communities. Option number 2, deploy medical, food distribution, and emergency response teams. Option number 3, provide temporary housing, transportation, and documentation assistance. Option number 4 is assign dedicated teams to support children, women, and elderly refugees. All the Rajya Sabha member of Parliament can now head over to kailasa.org/Hindu-votes to cast your votes.
As we are all enjoying the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, once again, let us all take a few moments to reach this out to as many people as possible, and let us all continue to celebrate and enjoy the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
ultimate Paramashiva, Kalyana Sundaramurti, Uma Maheshwaramurti, Suhasanamurti, Umeshamurti, Gauri Lila Samanvitamurti, Gauri Varapratamurti. I bless you all with Paramādvaita. All the Paramashiva Sena participants in Kailasa Trivannamalai, Kailasa Guinea-Bissau, Chitsabha members and Rajasabha members, Kailasavasis and all the e-citizens, viewers, visitors who are joining with us through the internet and internet. I welcome each and every one of you with my love and blessings. Volunteers in Kailasa Guinea-Bissau, Ma Vani Goyal, Ma Jinhau and Ma Tatata Shakti. Volunteers in Tiruvannamalai Pratap, Shivarudra and Vignesh. Blessings to every one of you. Today, I initiate all the PSS participants into Nirvana Diksha. Focus on the source of first person and pull yourself out of delusion. Paramashiva's direct message from MahaKailasa. Listen. Manifestation is Swatantriya, the sovereign freedom of consciousness, inherently, infinitely available to you. Just two words. Anything your brain can believe, cognize, anything your brain can cognize and believe, it is done. Listen. Always to manifest, stretch your brain, but your brain should believe it is possible. Most of you learned that manifestation is about asking the universe for something from these non-Hindu sources, the plagiarized sources. That is the biggest lie taught by beggars. Those who plagiarized, stole half knowledge from Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So even if they have stolen completely and reproduced it, great. But to reproduce Hinduism, you have to be only enlightened. Only an enlightened being can reproduce the Sanatana Dharma as it is with the context. So, when you try to plagiarize without enlightenment, without living it in your nervous system, always you miss the important part, the life. See, even when Sadashiva manifests, through his 5 phases, he reveals 4 Vedas and through the fifth phase, Agamas. Through the four phases, four Vedas, and through the fifth phase, Agama. But the Avyakta, unmanifest part in him, that context, that gets transmitted only to enlightened being. Only if you are enlightened, you will know what for Mahadeva is telling, what is the context, and the unmanifest, avyakta context part is too important to understand the message of the Vedas and Agamas. Understand? Vedas and Agamas are more like a cheat sheet. Only if you know the context of Paramashiva through Anubhuti, you can even understand and decode. Those non-Hindu sources, which has just stolen the cheat sheet and tried to translate and play with it, always mess up their life and others' life. So listen, those non-Hindu sources, I should even use the word anti-Hindu sources, taught you manifestation is about asking the universe for something. See, if you have learned manifestation from any source, any person, any video, any book, who cannot give you the original Shastra Pramana? You learnt it from non-Hindu sources or anti-Hindu sources. Kakka biryani. Again, the story of Kakka biryani only. Listen. Paramashiva beautifully reveals to his disciples. Paramashiva revealed the Agama to many people, sometimes to some rishis, sometimes to his own different manifestations, sometimes to Garuda, sometimes to Nandi, sometimes to Subramanya. Paramashiva reveals in Vedagama some of the most important truths, sacred secrets. The rishis, the agamas, the ancient masters of Sanatana Hindu Dharma never asked for anything. They declared. They knew. They became. They declared. They knew. They became. The word Swatantriya in the Agamas means sovereign freedom, the inherent, infinitely available power of consciousness to organize itself into any form, any circumstance, any life.
AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old. Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI, and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses, his spiritual programs delivered across the world, the knowledge he received through his guru lineage and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts. They digitized scriptures. They organized traditional sciences into searchable knowledge repositories. The result? 20 million digitized source texts, 2 petabytes of proprietary knowledge, 121 specialized AIs, all working together inside one system. This is not a chatbot built over a weekend. This is a civilizational scale preservation project. Think of it like building a national library, except the library also answers your questions in real time. Now let's talk about what actually makes this AI different from everything else out there. Most AI systems are built around one goal: answer the question, complete the task, move on. Ask Nithyananda AI is built differently. It runs on an AI constitution, and that constitution is based on the Hindu concept of Dharma. Dharma, at its core, means living in a way that is ethical, truthful, and life positive. And the entire AI is designed around that principle. It also covers the 4 aims of human life from Hindu philosophy: your material well-being, your relationships and joy, your search for meaning, all kept in balance. A 2024 study from Emory University looked at what happens when you train an AI on religious texts. The result? The AI got better at identifying hate speech for every religious text they used. But when they trained on the Vedas specifically, the improvement was the biggest of all, around 14%. That's real research saying grounding an AI in ancient wisdom makes it more fair, more responsible, not less. Now let's talk about value, because the numbers here are striking. Leading AI systems, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, were all independently asked to assess Ask Nithyananda AI. They looked at architecture, knowledge assets, societal impact, and future potential. The commercial valuation came in between $20 million and $500 million. The total social and economic value between $3.2 billion and $11.5 billion. The heritage asset value of the 20 million texts alone, approximately $3.3 billion. And the value delivered to each active user, between $5,300 and $20,000 per year. These are not marketing numbers. These came from independent AI assessments. So what can you actually do with Ask Nithyananda AI? You can ask it questions about health, relationships, purpose, and daily life, and get answers rooted in thousands of years of tested wisdom. You can explore ancient sciences that were never available in digital form before. You can access the kind of depth that simply doesn't exist anywhere else on the internet. This is what preservation looks like in the 21st century.
We are living in a moment where ancient knowledge could disappear forever, or it could be saved and made more accessible than ever before. Ask Nithyananda AI is choosing the second path, and SPH's lifetime of work is the reason any of this is even possible. Want to try it yourself? Just visit ask.nithyananda.ai or scan the QR code on your screen right now. What if I told you there's an AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old? Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI, and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses,
his spiritual programs delivered across the world. The knowledge he received through his guru lineage and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts.
Om, Om, Om. Listen. The word Swatantriya in the Agamas means sovereign freedom, the inherent, infinitely available power of consciousness to organize itself into any form, any circumstances, any life for your entire life. You have been using the sovereign freedom of consciousness, what the Agama calls Swatantriya, to flawlessly manifest headaches and hard times, all while waiting for the universe to hand you a key that has been sitting in your own packet since birth. Your cognition is the most powerful transmutation engine in existence. It turns a whispered fear into a tangible wall and a relaxed knowing into an open door. So, as I reveal this truth to you, listen. You should also know, when you consciously decided to manifest something and declared, from that moment only your conscious declaration starts manifesting. All other this unnecessary fears, sudden anxiety spikes, nothing matters. All those things will not manifest. Only your conscious declaration manifests, and universe organizes itself for that. Listen. Your cognition is the most powerful transmutation engine in existence. It turns a whispered fear into a tangible wall and a relaxed knowing into an open door. So as I reveal this truth to you, listen. Not just with your intellect, listen with your being. I'm going to reveal 5 manifestation techniques. The 5 most powerful, secretly guarded methods, processes from 5 Puranic happenings. Our rishis have embedded all these great truths into the scriptures. that will give you the exact mechanics to turn your cognition from a scattered light bulb into laser that cuts through the solid steel of limitation. I'm going to decode the precise, time-tested, foolproof, cosmically verified engineering of reality itself. Listen. I'm introducing one more word, the keywords. Swachanda Tattva. Swachanda Tattva. Listen. Swachanda Tattva is the state of supreme, unconstrained freedom from where consciousness moves without cause and the why and how are irrelevant. See, Swachanda Tattva is the state of supreme, unconstrained freedom where consciousness moves without cause and the why and how are irrelevant because the who has simply decided. Because the who has decided, why and how are irrelevant. In 2024, humanity's most powerful deep space telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope captured the images of galaxies and luminous black hole powered cores existing barely 300 to 500 million years after the birth of this universe. These objects are so early, so massive, so intricately organized that according to the standard models, scientists had trusted for decades they should not have existed yet at all. This discovery quietly shattered old assumptions because it proved that extraordinary structure, brilliance, and organization can appear in the cosmos far earlier and far faster than anyone predicted. The pattern, it turns out, precedes the particle and the intention precedes the manifestation. Listen. Now I am connecting. The Agamas declared this thousands of years ago in 4 words. The Vedagamas have declared thousands of years before in 4 words. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the cosmos. And modern astrophysics has now spent enormous sums of money and decades of research simply to confirm this truth with photographs and spectrometers. The same principle by which a quasar organizes a galaxy out of raw energy is the exact same principle by which your inner cognition organizes your external circumstances. I'm repeating, listen. The same principle by which a quasar organizes a galaxy out of raw energy is the exact same principle by which your inner cognition organizes your external circumstances. Listen. The same principle by which quasar organizes a galaxy out of raw energy is the exact same principle by which your inner cognition organizes your external circumstances. You are already a flawless cosmic broadcaster operating this magnificent inner instrument every single day. And the only tragedy is that you have been unconsciously using it to broadcast scarcity, self-doubt, and fear, and calling the result your unlucky life. I'm repeating. Some of these truths I want to repeat. You are already a flawless cosmic broadcaster operating this magnificent inner instrument every single day. And the only tragedy is that you have been unconsciously using it to broadcast scarcity, self-doubt, and fear, calling the result your unlucky life. We are now going to point this weapon in a useful direction. Listen. The first technique is Anahata centered. Anahata prana chakratam. In English, heart mode breath. Your heart, Anahata chakra, is the powerful pranic energy releaser. The pranic energy you release from your heart directly makes your life. Listen. Every single morning, when you wake up, before your phone, before the world makes its first demand on you, sit in your bed and breathe through the heart for 4 to 6 seconds. Listen. Breathe in through your heart for 4 to 6 seconds. Then hold the same 4 to 6 seconds, whatever time you took to breathe in. Hold and release through the mouth the same 4 to 6, like a 1, 1, 1, same measurement. If you inhale 4, then hold 4, exhale 4. Do this for 2 full minutes. Listen. Yoga Vasishta tells this technique through the story of the Queen Chudala and King Shikidvaja. I want to repeat. Essence Uttama, best of Ramayana is Yoga Vasishta. Best of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita. If you guys read Yoga Vasishta also with the same importance you give for Gita, of course, the modern Hindus don't give importance for both. At least little practicing Hindus read Bhagavad Gita but always miss Yoga Vasishta. But Yoga Vasishta is something extraordinary. Through such beautiful stories, it reveals the truth. The story of Queen Chudala and King Shikidvaja. King Shikidvaja was a mighty ruler, wise, just, and spiritually inclined. And his Queen Chudala was not just a wife, but his guide. Because the Chudala was very highly spiritually evolved soul, having attained the highest realization, full enlightenment. Actually, she could create entire cities with her will and walk through walls. The Chudala is the enlightened queen. Actually, you should read these stories to see how our ancestors lived. These are not story, real history, documented history, not some myth. She was, in a way, guide for King Shikidvaja. One day, A ruthless enemy army marched towards the capital. The court panicked. The generals trembled. And Shikidwaja felt his heart race, his vision narrow, and his breath became shallow. He was in full fear mode, replaying the worst case scenarios and unable to sleep. That night, the queen, Chudala, she watched his agitated breathing. And decided to teach him a lesson no sword could teach. By using her yogic powers, she created terrifying illusion where the bed chamber was on fire and he jumped in terror, but it vanished. She did this 7 times. First, fire. The king Sikidwaja, he jumped out, but it vanished. Then the enemy inside the palace, he again jumped out of the bed and it vanished. Each time, his body reacted with a full fight or flight, and each time he exhausted himself completely. Listen. You need to listen. The main theme is what consciously you hold, your nervous system should radiate. I'm going to give you the technique for that. Your nervous system should live it. Finally, the queen revealed herself and said, "O king, the enemy is 3 days away. And the fire real, but your racing heart and your shallow breath were completely real because you have already lost the war inside your own nervous system. And if you don't change your own nervous system, you are going to lose the war." She taught him this simple breath, that anahata prana chakratam, awakening the prana of the heart. Slow inhalation, gentle hold, and gentle exhalation, saying, she actually taught him, your body cannot tell the difference between the real enemy and mental one, but you can tell your body the difference through your breath. Listen. 99% of the time you are all suffering exactly like this Sikidwaja, fighting with mental enemies. The morning itself you pick up and see your Facebook, YouTube, Insta, and somebody has put some comment who is never going to see you, he may not even know you, but inside immediately your mind, you got that enemy and you are fighting with him. You are raging. You are planning how to attack him. Whether cyber complaint is right or hitting him back with more bad comment is right? Or you have any friends who can track this fellow and teach him a lesson? Or depressed, oh, nobody likes this fighting with mental enemy. You lost the war inside your own nervous system. The negative conformational bias sets in. She taught the queen taught the king to remove that component. He practiced that night. He breathed into his sphere, exhaled his panic, and within hours, his mind cleared and the beautiful solution appeared, so elegant. The war was avoided entirely. The strategy was evolved. The strategy manifested so elegant. The war was avoided entirely. When the enemy army arrived, they found the king so calm and so radiating certainty. The enemies got frightened, they laid down their weapons without a single arrow being fired. And the war did not happen. Without even war happening, the king Sikitvaja won. In the Vedagamic cosmology, Nigamagamic cosmology, understand Nigama means Veda. In the Nigamagamic cosmology, prana or life force is not just breath. It's the primary vehicle of Shakti, the dynamic power of consciousness. The first tattva to emerge from pure consciousness is nada or vibration, followed by bindu or point, then shabda or sound, meaning your breath is the microcosmic expression of this macrocosmic vibration. Chudala, representing Parashakti or supreme energy, taught the king that controlling the breath is controlling the very oscillation of reality. Controlling the breath is controlling the very oscillation of the reality. The shift from panic to calm is instantly perceptible the moment the breath deepens. Modern neuroscience confirms the polyvagal theory which shows that your nervous system has two settings: sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and digest. And the vagus nerve is the physical switch. Vagus nerve is the physical switch. Research on heart rate variability, HRV, shows that slow, rhythmic breathing, specifically the 4-4-4 pattern, 4-4-4 pattern increases the HRV, which is directly correlated with cognitive flexibility, emotional regulation, and the brain's ability to perceive opportunities rather than threats. Listen. This 4-4-4. Actually, when you do 4-4-4, you will end up in holding little more than 4. That is okay. In practical sense. Because only after counting the 4 you will start exhaling. By the time the exhaling starts, it will be little more than 4. That is okay, no problem. This 4-4-4 pattern increases HRV, which is directly correlated with cognitive flexibility. Emotional regulation, and the brain's ability to perceive opportunities rather than threats. The heart's electromagnetic field, measured by magnetocardiography, extends several feet beyond the body. The heart's electromagnetic field, measured by magnetocardiography, extends several feet beyond the body, precisely as our ancient rishis, Vasishta describes in Yoga Vasishta. Your 2 minutes of morning breath is not just relaxation, they are cosmic recalibration, where you are telling your nervous system, I am not being chased. I am not suffering any nightmare. I am creating. I am creating. I am manifesting. The next technique is being in the bhava, the knowing state. This is not just a technique. This is you consciously training your brain, rewiring your brain to reorganize itself. This technique is very simple. Choose something small this week. A parking spot or a specific message from your friend or the person whom you love, or a small unexpected sum of money. Choose very simple, something very small for you to gain confidence. So choose something small this week. Instead of hoping or forcing belief, simply know that it is already on its way. In the same relaxed tone, you would use to know the sun will rise tomorrow. When doubt inevitably shows up, do not argue with it or fight with it. Simply let it drift past like a passing cloud and gently return your attention to the calm certainty of knowing. Like you are Paramashiva, only that is going to manifest. Whatever other things comes and goes, doesn't matter, that and all is not going to manifest. So what you consciously hold only is going to manifest. Other things may come and go, they are not going to manifest. Not have anxiety whether I am holding my bhava rightly or suddenly something comes up, will that manifest? Drop the anxiety of holding the bhava. No. So listen. Drifting anxieties will not become real. In the ancient kingdom of Anga, King Dadivahana ruled with his queen Padmavati. Queen Padmavati during her pregnancy had a strong longing to ride through the park on a well-decorated elephant dressed in royal garments, with her husband holding the royal parasol over her. The king granted her wish, but during the ride, the elephant suddenly went amok. Despite the mouth's best efforts to control it, running wildly through the fields and forests, the elephant eventually became calm and entered a nearby pond. The queen escaped into the forest and reached a burial ground where she gave birth to a son on her own. The boy was named Karakandu because he was delivered by his own mother. Under a Vidyadhara's care, Karakandu became well versed in various arts and sciences. He was unaware of his royal origins and he was treated as an outcast by the society. He still carried a strong feeling knowing he is going to become someone great. He mastered all the arts, sword fighting and other training. Meanwhile, the king of the neighboring land of Kalinga, Dantavarka, had passed away without an heir. The ministers decided to find the next ruler by following an ancient custom. They would release the royal elephant, beautifully decorated, and carrying a sacred garland to roam freely throughout the kingdom. The royal elephant possessed an unerring, divinely gifted instinct to recognize the true scion of royal blood. Whomever the elephant garlanded would be the rightful ruler. The elephant, followed by the officials and courtiers, strolled all over the town, but it did not garland anyone there. Instead, it went to the forest unguided. The great surprise of the officials, who nevertheless followed the elephant, there, resting peacefully under the tree, the Karakandu, unaware of the kingdom's search, unaware of the political turmoil, simply existing in complete stillness. The royal elephant approached the sleeping youth and with its trunk gently placed the sacred garland around his neck. The boy woke to find himself surrounded by bowing ministers and courtiers, who immediately relayed the news to the chief minister. The minister instructed that the young man must come to the palace, and Karakandu was thus crowned the king of the country. He did not seek the throne. The throne found him, because he was simply being who he was, and the universe recognized him. The garland represents Swatantriya, the sovereign freedom of consciousness to choose, recognize, and elevate without human interference or manipulation. Karakandu did not try to become king. He did not campaign. He did not negotiate. Did not beg. Did not strategize. Did not even know he was being sought. He simply was, and his being was so aligned with the cosmic order that the divine instrument of recognition, the royal elephant, could not mistake. Have you ever had the experience of something you deeply desired arriving exactly when you stop chasing it? Stop forcing it. Stop checking for it. This is pratyaksh, direct perception of the knowing state at work. The Agamas speak of Jnana Shakti, or the power of knowledge, and Ichcha Shakti, or the power of will. And these are not separate, but the two sides of the same coin. This is the principle of predictive processing in neuroscience. Your brain is constantly generating predictions about reality, and when your predictions is one of certainty, reality rearranges itself to match that prediction. His life demonstrates that true kingship is not seized by force or strategy, but recognized by the universe when one is in a state of complete alignment. When you practice knowing, choosing something small and resting in the certainty of its arrival, you are not pretending or forcing belief that gritted teeth. You are becoming like Karakandu, so aligned with your nature that the universe recognizes, garlands you, and crowns you without you ever having to ask, chase, or struggle for it. The knowing state is not about getting, it is about being. When you simply are who you truly are, the kingdom comes to you. Just as it came to the sleeping boy under the tree. The third technique is programming the Karana Sarira through rewriting every night. Take your one main intention you want to manifest and write it down by hand. Then read it silently. You might have observed, naturally my hand goes more like a writing on the palm leaf than the pen, because when I was narrating, I was only narrating the original context with which this method was revealed. By the ancient. If you can get a palm leaf and know how to write, do it on palm leaf, that's great. If you don't know how to write on palm leaf, at least write on paper. Every night, take your one main intention you want to manifest and write it down by hand. Then read it silently. Then read it aloud. Then close your eyes and visualize it in full full sensory detail, repeating this entire sequence several times. I am repeating. Take your one main intention you want to manifest and write it down by hand. Then read it silently. Then read it aloud. Then close your eyes and visualize all the bhava in its full sensory detail. Repeating this entire sequence several times. You are doing in scientific term is flagging that intention as important to your own inner bouncer, which then activates the entire chain. First deciding this matter, then relentlessly scanning your environment for anything related to it, and finally driving you to act on whatever it finds. This is precisely why the moment you truly decide something matters, you suddenly begin noticing conversation, faces, and opportunities that were always present around you, but were simply never let pass the door before. In Ramayana, there is a story, King Dilipa. King Dilipa and his queen were childless. And in ancient India, a king without an heir, leaving the court worried, and Dilipa carrying a silent ache in his heart. He consulted the divine sage Rishi Vasishta, who gave a single instruction. Go to the forest and serve the divine cow Nandini, the wish-fulfilling cow of Vasishta, for 21 days. Serve her with every fiber of your being. Do not miss a day and do not ask for anything. Serve and let the service itself be your prayer. Dilipa did not complain. He did not ask for shortcuts. He held the intention in him so strong, with such dedication and discipline. Then he would act, sweeping her path, bringing fresh grass, fanning her when she was warm, and guarding her when she slept. Day 1, his back ached. Day 15, exhaustion set him, but he did not miss a single day. On the 21st day, divine lion was sent in order to test Dilipa. Nandini panicked. Dilipa threw his body in front of her, prepared to die to protect Nandini. And the lion, which was a test, just vanished. Nandini blessed him. Your intention is etched into the very fabric of your being. Your will have a son so powerful that he will become the grandfather of Lord Rama himself. So it happened. Dilipa was blessed with a child. His son was Raghu, the great grandfather of Rama. In Nigamagamic cosmology, tapas is not mere austerity, it is cosmic heat. The Kan Agamas describe the process of Antakarana, the inner instrument comprising mind, I should say comprising your compromising mind, intellect, ego and subconscious, being purified and programmed through repeated sankalpa or the divine resolve. Dilipa's 21 days represent the three gunas or qualities multiplied by the 7 chakras, which is a complete purification cycle. He was not asking for a favor. He aligned his jiva, individual soul, with Paramashiva by simply following the Guru Vak. That created the resonance that could not be denied. Have you ever noticed that when you truly decide something matters, like buying a red car, you suddenly start seeing red cars everywhere. They were always there, but your brain simply filtered them out until you encoded the intention. And this is pratyaksha. You directly perceive the shift in your perception. This is our neural paths, deeper neural pathways in your brain, like a water carving a canyon. The more you repeat a sequence, write, read, speak, visualize, the more myelin or insulation wraps around those neurons, making the signal faster and more automatic. The subconscious mind processes about 40 million bits of information per second, while the conscious mind processes only 40 bits. The 21-day habit, your 30 days of reading the life script letter at waking and sleeping are your 21 days in the forest. You are not wishing, but carving a canyon of certainty into the soft rock of your brain. Technique is a simple habit. I want to tell you, next technique is a simple habit I want you all to build with great. There is no real charge in it and nothing changes. If the goal is wildly disconnected from your current sense of self, your own mind will quietly discard it as fantasy before you have even finished writing it down. So for goal, write a heartfelt letter of gratitude entirely in the past tense as though it has already happened, describing not only the outcome itself but exactly how your life and your feelings have changed as a result. Place this letter under your pillow or on your nightstand, or keep it with your Atma Linga. Read it the very moment you wake, sleep, or when your logical doubting mind is half dissolved and the door to your deeper cognition stands wide open. So continue without missing, even as for 30 days. And then put the letter away entirely. Release your grip on any timeline and simply take inspired action whatever ideas or opportunities show up next. Because drink wheat flour mixed with water, not milk. The boy returned home humiliated, and his mother said to him, "My son, kingship, heaven, liberation, and even a bowl of milk all come only through Shiva." Most children would have accepted this as a fate, but Ubhamanyu declared, "Do not lose heart. By grace of Shiva, I will make oceans of milk flow, and I will not stop until Shiva himself appears." He went to the forest, stopped eating, stopped drinking, and consumed nothing but air. And his penance was so intense. State refused. I will not accept any from Mahadeva himself. You are not Shiva, leave me. Shiva was so moved that he revealed his true form along with Parvati and granted Upamanyu not just milk but Ganatva, a place among Shiva's own eternal Ganas, Shiva Ganas, attendants. This is the profound teaching of Bhoga or enjoyment versus Moksha or liberation. And the Agamas do not renounce desire but transmute it. Upamanyu's initial desire was milk, an object. The disguised Shiva offering milk represents the universe testing whether you will settle for the symbol or hold out for the source. Can you feel the difference between desperation and completion? Desperation feels tight, hot, and grasping, while completion feels open, cool, and relaxed. And Upamanyu had moved from desperate hunger and the disguised Shiva offering milk represents the universe testing whether he will settle for the symbol or hold out for the source. Can you feel the difference between desperation and completion? Desperation feels tight, hot, and grasping, while completion feels open, cool, and relaxed. And Upamanyu had moved from desperate hunger to complete surrender because he was willing to die for the truth. And his body perceived this as completion, not lack. Upamanyu's refusal of the milk was his release of stress about the outcome. His desire itself, mutual for theta frequency, the ideal state for insight and manifestation. Theta frequency, theta frequency, the ideal state for insight and manifestation. When you write your letter and then put it away, you are refusing the lesser boon of checking it daily, moving into the checking it daily, moving into the knowing that seed is planted because the mango tree grows in the dark soil of your subconscious, not under the anxious light of your constant checking. I already know some of you will say, Swamiji, I forgot to read my letter. So here is a technique that is genuinely impossible to forget because it uses something you already touch. Second step is this. For 7 consecutive days, every single time you make contact with water in any form whatsoever, drinking it, splashing your face, showering, brushing your teeth, cooking, washing dishes, doing laundry, watering a plant, even passing a fountain. You pause for one breath and say silently or aloud, thank you, exactly as though your goal has already been fulfilled. Your goal has already been fulfilled. This is the precise science behind the Hindu concept of Achamana in our Vedagamas. Devotees perform Achamana, sipping water, splashing it on their face and using it for purification. But every single action, cooking, offering, waking up, washing, during this they mentally repeat their Ishta mantra, personal goal with every touch. Understand the elegant reasoning behind this. You cannot forget water. You cannot skip water. And every one of those 30 or 40 daily contacts becomes a fresh, free encoding session for your subconscious running on autopilot without requiring an extra minute of your day. There is an incident in the Purana where sage Vasishta performs the Varuna Japa to bring rain. He did not do it with anxiety. He went into the state of Nyasa, total mental absorption, where he felt the rain soaking the earth while chanting over the water. In the Vishnu Purana, Bhagavan Vishnu lies in the infinite causal ocean. Before the creation, he simply holds the divine intention, sankalpa, a clear thought. From that single thought, the entire universe manifests out of that water. Water is the apas tattva, the principle of cohesion, fluidity, and life transmits intention. The Agamas describe water as having smriti, memory. Notice how you feel when you drink water and truly thirsty. There is visceral sense of relief and gratitude. And notice the feeling when you wash your face with cold water, a sense of renewal. And this immediate feeling is proof that water affects your consciousness. This is where modern research meets ancient, including the electromagnetic field of the human heart and brain. The act of pausing to say thank you 30 to 40 times a day triggers the neurological reward pathway, releasing dopamine and serotonin, creating a biochemical state of completion that opens the creative centers of the brain. This is also validated by positive psychology research where daily gratitude practices are shown to rewire the brain's default mode network for. I will now tell you the essence of the whole satsang. Listen. You are not a beggar standing outside the gates of existence, hoping desperately to be noticed. You were never separate from the cosmos to begin with, and you will never be. Every time you breathe deeply like Sikidvaja, you tell your nervous system, I am creating, not surviving. Every time you know like Karakandu, you tell the universe, I see through all your disguises. Every time you encode like Dileepa, tell your subconscious, this intention matters more than my doubt. Every time you complete like Upamanyu, you tell existence, I will not stop trying and start declaring. 2 minutes of heart mode breath. Anahata prana chakratam. Before your phone, your letter, before your phone, your letter read at waking and sleeping, a genuine thank you. At every water contact and one brave aligned action taken every day, however small. The moment the old scarcity recording plays in your head, do not argue with it. Do not shame yourself for it. Simply say, cancel old program, not mine, and continue walking. Stop opening the oven door every 2 hours to check if the cake has risen. Something needs only your patient trust, not your anxious supervision. Be blissful. Go now and live exactly as though the wealth, the health, the love, or the freedom you seek has already happened. And simply walk backward, calmly and gratefully into the memory of it becoming true. Today, I have 2 great digital gifts from MahaKailasa for all of you. First, the Book of Surrender, digital book, and the second is Venkateshwara Yantra. Receive it and enjoy it. Blessings. For today's Shodasi Homa Yajaman, Ma Natali Bhakwa, Sangalpa Phala Siddhi Prapti Rastu. Blessings to every one of you. Be blissful.
Foundational, first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end.
Guru Purnima Day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, No patterns you carry. Drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita. For humanity, on Guru Purnima day, the official integrating people means officially accepting them into the campuses, Kailasa, will begin. This is the single most powerful declaration in the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma. The entire body of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Sannyas Sampradaya, when they take sannyas, they drop everything of this world and declare Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, means I give Abhaya, protection to all beings. I am opening the doors of Kailasa to whole humanity. Anyone from any race, culture, creed, seeking refuge are welcome to Kailasa.
In a world fractured by persecution, displacement and fear, millions are still searching for safety. Families are separated, voices
all beings, a refugee to every persecuted soul, every human being cast out because of their faith, their identity, their voice. I open the doors of Kailasa for all of you. You only need the courage to seek refuge and Kailasa will answer. Come, the doors are open, you are seen, you are protected. Welcome home, you are home. Understand, I can see clearly, Paramashiva made it happen. Paramashiva has made it happen.
Join this sacred humanitarian mission. Sign up now and help build refuge for those who need it most.
What if I told you there's an AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old? Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivamam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical 1,000 hours of recorded discourses. His book.
All the stories that you really clicked with, or the shared about, just believing. You manifest what you believe, and anything your brain believes as it is possible, you will just be able to manifest it. And by living in the bhava, and just a simple technique of writing what you want to manifest, and just seeing that it has already manifest it before you go to bed, right after when you wake up, or just the point of just coming in contact with the water. And every time you come in contact with the water, the offering of gratitude. What are the techniques, what are the powerful cognitions that you really click with? Do take a moment and put it in the live chat, live comment section in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or X or Instagram. Do take a moment to you receive from this satsang today.
Like one meant, well, of course, in today's satsang with Swamiji, there were so many beautiful. His breathing was so agitated in the night. His breathing was so agitated in the night, and the wife taught him a lesson just through the yogic technique. The wife was Devi Parashakti herself. And 7 times he made the king to completely exhaust everything and told him that the way you're agitating, you will definitely lose in the war. And after, 3 days later, but here you're already lost the battle, you already lost the war. And gave the simple technique, to alter it. And on the day of the war, King Kshitik came. Without even fighting the war, he won the war. He came strong, radiant, calm, living in the power, that visualization of what you want is already manifested, it's already happened. And Swamiji also gave us one more write down, you speak to yourself, and then you say it out loud, and you live in that bhava, that visualization of what you write one intention which you want to manifest. And then you write it down clearly, and then you say it internally towards yourself, and you say it out loud, and then visualize manifested. Whatever you want is already manifested, and that you will see what you want will manifest. And again, this will do it in the morning. As soon as you wake up, immediately wake up and you. And Swamiji also gave the gratitude thing, where you have to write your gratitude. Can be one full page of offering your gratitude. Swamiji said you can also write in the past tense. So whatever you want is you wake up and you read that same gratitude. 5 different techniques the Supreme Point of Hinduism has given for your manifestation. So it goes all of it, please go ahead. Post in the live comment section. Going to be following. And the Supreme Point of Hinduism actually told this gratitude technique, right? To actually make it as a lifestyle. Make it part of your lifestyle for yourself. Okay? So, we request every single one watching us live right now, go ahead, post in the live comment section your takeaways of today's session. What is it that clicked with you? What are the powerful cognitions that you got? And what are the experiences you had? Or what are the miracles you had? Literally, Swamiji speaking to exclusively. Like, we may go to Swamiji's Atmavati and say, Swamiji, why this is not happening with me? Miracles, use that experience and miracles. So what experiences, miracles you also experienced during the darshan? Let's go ahead. And Swamiji gave very beautiful, the Supreme Point of Hinduism gave so many different Appa Pramanas. And Swamiji also said, if you're a person to show how our ancestors were, what kind of beings we out of will, you can create the city. Out of your will, you can manifest, change the situations however you want. So let's get started. The Shastra Pramana of this power, we're going to the Pramanas of this beautiful power. This power is taken from the Sarvabhutebhyo. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, Evamekatma bhavena samsitasya tu yoginaha sarvajñatvam pravarteta vikalparahitasya tu. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, within such a yogi who established himself in absolute non-dual oneness with Lord Shiva, all sorts of differentiating notions, the exalted superpower of all-knowingness, Sarvajñatvam, gets unfolded in all its forms. And the next is the Apta Pramana, which is taken from the very own life of Maharishi of creation, composed the whole Ramayana from his power of Sarvajñatva, the space of all-knowingness and omniscience. Very own experience on this power. Swamiji, at the age of 5 years old, he was in a temple. He told his Guru, Mataji Vivekananda that he wanted one. His Guru said to Swamiji, go and make one. There is no idea of impossibility. Swamiji went home, got the clay from the metal materials. Swamiji's mother gave some aluminium plates. He melted the plates and poured the mold of the deity and showed this deity to his Guru, Mataji Vivekananda. The Lakshmi, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, got done as an aluminium casting from a local artisan in Tirunelveli, his birthplace. Cast a deity as heavy as 2 and 1.5 tons are cast in one go. Deity cast in the mission. And the next. We are entering into the round of power manifestation. So how to manifest this power? So exactly all the participants, what all of you are going to be doing, right? Still deeper. Where you're going to be manifesting the power of describing an unknown person. So now we request all of you to please have a partner. So like all the Paramashiva Sena participants, you can sit amongst yourself, partner up. And all the viewers will ground of power manifestation. Om Nityananda Paramashiva. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
You're going to be asking your partner to give you a person. You're going to be giving an initial. You will require to give description through the third eye. You're going to be asked of this person, how they look, the features, personality and the career. What kind of personality does he carry? And what kind of career does he have? What kind of in his professional life, what does he do? You're going to be asking Swamiji to reveal this information. and the Mahabhakti. So all of you are manifesting this power. So that because all the partners, all of you start scanning through your third eye, ask Swamiji to reveal about the person.
Somebody that you don't know about. Sit with a participant that you don't know already about.
Just connect to Swamiji intensely. All you need to do is empty yourself out. Sit with Swamiji. If any self-doubt or any impossibility feeling arises in you at this point of time, drop everything at Swamiji's feet. He is showing to you. He is revealing. Slowly, all the participants, please go ahead. Start verifying your answers, meaning, because all of you, please go ahead. Start sharing with your partner whatever Swamiji has revealed to you, about whatever you felt at this point of time, whatever Swamiji showed to you, or whatever you saw. Because all of you, please go ahead. Share it with your partner. Whatever Swamiji revealed to you at this moment of time, share every single thing to your partner. If you saw some colors, or if you saw some descriptions, some words, anything, whatever you read, and start sharing it with your partner. And we request all the viewers and all the participants please start verifying, and you can actually post in the comment section what did Swamiji manifest for all of us. So how did your power manifestation go? You can actually post God and
Please go ahead and post your responses. So, that we come to the conclusion of the power manifestation sessions. Hope you got a chance to verify your answer. Upcoming next, we have the Guru Purnima celebrations coming up on the 29th of July. You can go ahead and being offered on this very sacred occasion of Guru Purnima. And every day we are having various rituals that are being performed as a part of the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam. And you can get the details from the kailasa.ai/GP-2026 offered on Purnima day, and you can participate on the through any of the various seva offerings that we are performing. And we would also like to announce about the Ananda Yogam program, which is a very special 1-year residential training program for the youth from the age of 18 to 30. Program is being announced in Kailasa, Guinea-Bissau, and this is open for any youth who would like to come and get trained, learn all of manifest the best of inner life fulfillment and experience and manifest whatever you want in the external world as well. It's a complete 1-year residential program physically targeted for youth from the age of 18 to 30. You can apply and you can go ahead and register. We will get in touch with you, and this is a complete 1-year residential program offered completely free of cost. Anybody in the Kailasa ecosystem, learn yoga, learn meditation, learn the various temple rituals, learn the very lifestyle of Kailasa, learn the powerful teachings of Bhagavan, learn how to apply them and how to manifest life the way you want before you actually get busy with your work, your family, your relationship. Take 1 year off, come and attend the Ananda Yogam program. You can register yourself for this 1 year. Upcoming next season of Paramashiva Sena is starting on the 1st of August till 1st of September. You can register for the upcoming season of Paramashiva Sena program by visiting Kailasa ecitizen.info/PSS. So with that,
and along with that, we request all the viewers and all the participants Rajya Sabha members and all the Chit Sabha members, take a minute. Let's all spread this message out wide. There's so many lives out there who are seeking for refuge. So I request all of you to please go ahead, and whether you are seeking for refuge, or someone who's seeking for refuge, or someone who's working with all these refugees out there. 120 plus lives have been displaced. So we request all the viewers and all the participants, this initiated the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, UAN. So you can submit your applications here at kailasa.ai/UAN. Here you can see the scroll over here. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism announces the Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, the refuge for all. So the applications of this initiative is we started. Send their applications to get refuge, to get Abhaya directly from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. So I request all of you to take a reach out to every single one. If you know someone who is working into this field, or your friends or family whom they are seeking for refuge, do go ahead. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So once again, the application /UAN Office of High Commissioner for Refugees will come in contact with you and will information so that they can help you the best way and the quickest way as possible. On the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be opening and launching this initiative. Till then, the applications of this program
To register for the Ananda Yogam program, which is a free life sciences program, a residential program for with its roots in Eastern system of Vedagamic education. The program is designed to empower the youth with a very good physical, mental, emotional, and practical and imparting the life skills. It creates economically self-sufficient and spiritually fulfilled lifetime opportunity to live and learn under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivamam. So for those of you who are interested in the Ananda Yogam program, you can register yourself by visiting kailasa.ai. It is kailasa.ai/Anand-Yoga. You can register yourself. So segment. See you all tomorrow for the live Darshan and Satsang. Until then, let's offer our deepest gratitude at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan by and concluding the segment with the Purna Mantra. Shriyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Namastu Om
Thank you all. Nithyananda.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूत द्राविडवेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम् अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञानवितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय